If you have been wanting to get locks for a long time now and you don't know exactly what to do to start your lock journey, this is the video for you. Hi, welcome to Lock Talk. Today I'm going to show you exactly how you're going to start your lock journey in 2025. This is a disclaimer, I am not a loctician, but then I have had locks for 2 years, and everything that I have learned in my journey, that is what I'm going to use to help you to start your lock journey. Before you even get your locks, you need to ask yourself, why are you getting the locks? Are you getting the locks because you think it's a trend? Are you getting it because you don't want to do your hair? Are you getting it because you actually like locks and you want to have the locks? When you know why you want to get the locks, it helps you in the long run not to comb out your locks. If you're someone that likes styling your hair every 2 to 3 weeks, locks is not for you, okay? It is not for you. So now let's start with the first part, before you get the locks. Knowing your hair and then doing your research before you actually get your locks. You need to know your hair type, your curl pattern, your hair density, the products that work for your hair and the products that don't work for your hair. You need to know the conditioners that you're going to use, the shampoos, moisturizers, the leave-in conditioners, the oils. When I was starting my lock journey, I did research before I actually started my lock journey, but I did not do in-depth research because there were not videos out there like this to help you start your lock journey. You need to know that the type of hair that you have is going to determine the type of locks that you end up with. If you have 4C kinky hair, that is literally the type of locks you're going to end up with. You can save inspo from Pinterest. You have to save inspo from girls that have hair that looks like your hair. Don't go save girls with 3A hair whilst you have 4C hair. That's just not going to work. After you've done that, now you're going to need to look for the type of locks that is going to be best for your hair. You need to know what kind of locks and what size of locks that you're going to get. If you want micro locks, sister locks, traditional locks, if you're going to get freeforms, if you want small locks, if you want medium locks, if you want large locks. I have small traditional locks. I don't have micro locks. I only have 148 locks. After this, you're going to need to know the parting that you want to start with. If you want to start with random parts, if you want to start with diamond parts, if you want to start with brick layering, if you want to start with regular box parts, if you just want to freeform and do whatever the heck you want. After you determine the parts you want to get and the size of locks that you want to get, now you're going to pick the method you want to start your locks with. Do you want to start with braids? Do you want to start with twists? Do you want to start with coils? Do you want to interlock? Do you want to start with the crochet method? Do you want to freeform? What do you want? After you determine that, then you're going to pick what maintenance method you want to use. Personally, I use both interlocking and retwisting. I don't use them both at the same time. I alternate between the two. I usually interlock my hair 3 to 4 times a year, and then in between I retwist. So you can decide to do both of these methods, or you can stick to one. Whichever one works for you, that's what you're gonna do. After you've gotten all of these things down, then you're gonna decide if you want your hair to be maintained by a professional or if you can do it yourself. I think that locks are a hairstyle that anyone, like not anyone, but then if you have experience doing your own hair, you can maintain your locks by yourself and you don't necessarily need a loctician. But if you have no idea about hair or you don't have any experience when it comes to doing your own hair, that is when you're gonna need a loctician. So now that you've decided if you're going to maintain it by yourself or if you're going to use a loctician, now you need to actually install the locks. Now let's talk about the actual journey. After you have gotten the locks, these are some of the things that you need to know. You need to prep your mind. You need to set your mind to the state where you understand that this is a journey and the starting point is not where you're going to end up. If you don't properly prep your mind for what you're going to experience during your lock journey, you're literally going to comb out your locks after 2 or 3 months. And I am so serious about that. After you get your locks, people are going to be confused on how your starters are going to end up being locks. People are going to tell you to comb it out, and people are literally going to tell you that your hair is way too pretty for it to be locked up. But at the end of the day, it's your hair and you can decide what you want to do with your hair. So you need to know that your locks are not going to be fully locked after 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, or even a year. I am 2 years locked. My locks are still not fully locked. I still have the ends over here that are not fully locked. I know this varies between hair textures, so if you have a more looser hair texture, your hair is going to take a longer time to lock. Another thing to know is that your hair is going to shrink up, okay? Your hair is going to shrink up to twice your hair length. So if you start with shoulder length hair, best believe that your hair is going to be up to your eye level when you start your lock journey. That is why I always tell people to start their their lock journey with short hair, because when your hair is short, there's not much hair to actually shrink. But when your hair is long and healthy, it shrinks even more. The main reason why people's locks shrink is basically because their locks are not heavy enough in the beginning. No one's locks are heavy enough in the beginning to actually drop. So that is why people's hair, or everyone's hair, shrinks up when they start their lock journey. No matter what length that you start with, you're gonna have shrinkage, or no matter what method you start with, you're gonna have shrinkage. But if you start with shorter hair, the shrinkage is just gonna be less. You need to accept the fact that shrinkage is a part of the journey, and it is just a little hiccup that is gonna get you to having long, thick, and healthy locks in the end. The biggest takeaway from this video is that you really need to do some research before you start your lock journey, and you need a lot of patience. If you don't have patience in your lock journey, please don't get locks, okay? Because you're gonna be in a hurry to see the results, but then it's a lock journey. You need to actually go through the journey to see how your hair changes from the beginning and how it ends up. That's it for Lock Talk today. I will see you in the next video, and in the next video, I'm gonna talk about what exactly to expect in the first year of your lock journey, each stages of your lock journey, what exactly to expect. If you have any questions about locks, you can ask it in the comments and I'm gonna answer it for you. I'm gonna answer in-depth questions about locks in general in a separate video. So if you're interested in that, you can see me in the next video. Bye.